Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go,
What is going on, crypto fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can actually use. And we got a good bounce from Bitcoin today. We did look at some important levels, some key levels yesterday. We talked about that trend line. We got that bounce pretty much right off of it. And now we are up over 100K once again, but will Bitcoin hold? We'll talk a little bit about that. We got some NFT news out there, something very, very interesting. And then we did get some inflation data that came out this morning. We'll talk a little bit about that. But most importantly, we do have the hostess with the mostest, the co-host from Detroit, my man FD White. He's with us. But we also have a very special guest, my man Richard Barry. We're going to bring him up and introduce him. Let's go ahead and get this party started. You know it. Rich, what's up, dude? How you doing? Welcome to the show. We appreciate you coming on. Gonna give you the opportunity here to introduce yourself to anybody that is new. And if you're not familiar with Rich in the space, we are, because we get on with spaces on Billy Goat Tales. And, you know, that's really how we've kind of rub shoulders, we'll say a little bit. And we've also had him on Piper Academy before on the morning show. But with that being said, let's go ahead and open the floor.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me, man. Love you guys. Shout out to my boy, FD White. So I'm actually, so I've been trading since I was around. So I've been officially trading since I was 18, but I started paper trading since I was 16. You know, I'm 39. I'll be 40 next year. And pretty much, you know, I just, yeah, I'm still young, bro. I still feel like I'm 20. And so pretty much, you know, I had this guy who was in high school at the time. He had turned 18 and he was telling me that he was trading stocks. And I'd already wanted to do it, but I didn't know where to start. So I started with a Google paper trading account. And, you know, and I was in high school. I remember I was in middle school in the 8th grade and went to the 9th grade. And that's when I started, you know, practice trading. And so I kind of, you know, I've been in and out of the markets, you know, for over 20 years. And, you know, ever since I started actually drawing on the chart, it enhanced my ability completely, because it looked confusing to me. But to me, in the end, it just ended up being the psychology of other traders on the chart to see what their reaction was. And so that's pretty much how I got, you know, introduced into as far as trading. I got into crypto in 2017. So this will be my third cycle. I missed out on 2013 because I was like one of those that you heard the stories about, like a Bitcoin, like, I don't know, like it sounds pretty speculative. And then you saw the price action. It was like, how could I ignore it? And I absolutely could not.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, so you got in quite a bit earlier than I did. I think maybe a little bit, a tad bit earlier than FD as well. If I remember correctly. When did you get in, FD?
Summer, DeFi summer 2020.
Okay, so yeah, me and you were actually pretty similar time frames then.
Actually 2017. But I wasn't taking it. I just bought it because my boy was talking about XRP. But seriously, DeFi summer.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Right on, man. Well, I appreciate you being here. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get some shout outs in the chat. That's what we do every day. We like to honor the people that actually show up because we appreciate them. And first off, we will say what's up to username. Let me go ahead and switch the chat over to the live chat so I don't miss any of the nonsense here that you guys be talking. I know y'all talking smack sometimes, but say what's up to username. We'll go ahead and give him his little audio sound.
With frickin' laser beams attached
there it is.
to their
We'll keep him off our back for the night. We gotta keep him happy. He's a squirrely one. All right, Alexander G, best mind in the house. How you doing? She's everywhere. We love her. My SoCal lady. Good people. She is good people. French Toaster. Hola, my friend. What's up, brother? Wix Wife Fine 89. She is our other moderator. She is also a lovely, lovely person. I've met her and her hubby down in Tennessee. They're good peeps. So going down here, we got Harp. He said, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? Hope all is well, brother. And of course, FD's in the chat. Andrea's in here. How you doing? Thanks for being here again. We're starting to see you here a lot, Andrea. I like it. We're getting you to be a regular. Al Jr., what's up, dude? I haven't seen you for a minute. Hope you're doing well as well. But good to see you, man. Good to see you in the chat. Let's see here, scrolling down a little bit more. You guys are already flowing this chat. We got Robert Mulligan. Good evening, everybody. How are you, brother? Let's see. Moving, and my dude, Alex O Crypto. So, hey, there's a big that's my dude. That is my dude, man.
Love Alex.
Yeah, he's good people's. But he had a really important question on X. I don't know if you guys saw that. And the question was, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Let's hear it in the chat. Let's see what you guys got to say. Just simple yes or no. Let's see the chat because I'm going to go ahead and say officially, I'm going to make it public, and I'm going to say yes. It is a Christmas movie. There it is. That is TradeFly's vote. What about you, Rich? What do you think? I see a thumbs up, so I'm assuming yes.
100%, bro. But I remember when I saw it as like a child, dude. I wasn't a child. Maybe I was like, I think it maybe came out when I was maybe right outside of a child, maybe my teens. I can't remember, but I remember it was so epic that I couldn't believe my parents let me watch it. Dude, it's definitely a Christmas movie. An epic, violent one, but a Christmas movie for sure.
There it is. Yippee-ki-yay, man. Let's go. FD, what's up? Let's hear your vote.
I'm gonna have to go with the same as Richard, man. I think it's definitely a Christmas movie, man. I feel like that debate has been long conquered a long time ago. You know, people. I don't know nobody who thinks it's not. To be honest,
I sent a picture. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Why not? Let's pull this up real quick. There it is. I said this to Alex earlier. I was like, one, okay, I'm buying this. Let's get this out of the way. I am buying this. Two,
that's not you on the shirt, is it, TradeFly?
What's up?
That's not you, is it?
No. No, it's not me, man. Nah, that's in the middle, man. That's our boy right there. You see it? Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right yeah. There you go. So he's official, man. He's on the sweatshirt. How can he not? It's a Christmas movie. All right. Glad we got that out of the way. All right, let's go back. Let's go back here to the trio cam. Let me finish up saying what's up to everybody. Dave Violet's in here. How you doing, lady? Thanks for coming by. We appreciate it. And she said 2017. I wish. Yeah, you ain't wrong. I wish too. I was a little late to the party. I was busy, man. Back in that time, I think. Yeah, I had my kid in 2011. I was in flight school. Like, I wasn't worried about anything. I was doing that like DCA into like traditional stocks, Apple, and like my IRA and all that. At that point, I wasn't really actively trading. It wasn't until a little bit later that I joined the party, we'll say. Anyways, Crypto Polio's in here. Cluck, my dude. How are you? Crypto Redbot. What's up, man? How are you? I am Charles Bay. He said, yo, what's up, dude? How are you as well? I don't think I've seen you guys in the chat before. Don't hold me to it. But if you guys are new, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. You guys are going to learn what the show's about tonight. And it's usually a good time. Flatsmack's in the house. What's up? And Clayt the Great. I didn't see. There it is. There's the hootie hoo. I knew it was a matter of time. And then we have STL Coin. Is that STL Coin or is that St. Louis Coin? Let me know. I'm guessing STL. I want to know what that stands for, though. All right. Who said no? Y'all really said no? Something's wrong with y'all. All right. That's okay. Ashko Tano. What is up? How you doing? And let's Let's keep it going. Keep it going. He said static. I did hear a little static on your microphone, but hopefully that will go away. Go ahead and say something for me real quick, Rich, just to make sure.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Nah, sounds beautiful. I think you just had a little momentary thing going on. All good. Jesse Good Looks in the house. He said Christmas discount. He's staying on that, man. He's every single day. He's like, we're gonna get a discount. We're gonna get a discount. Maybe we will. Maybe some people will sell off, for their taxes. We'll see. All right, dude. There is a lot of people in the chat tonight, man. Rolling down through this. Retro Mike Tech, our dude in here. Go check him out. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Great peoples. He's always here in the chat. K Diggity. He said, I made it. Well, I'm glad you made it, brother. Good seeing you. Good to see you. I got Wayne C. He said, hola, guys. Hola, my friend. How are you? And R.S. Miller 747. What's up to you? I think. Oh, there we go. We got Mark Dutch. You know it. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, yell at me in the chat. I will give you a shout out. I will not forget you. I promise. Just remind me. I'm old. Things happen. But with that being said, first segment we're going to do here. This is actually Retro Mag Tech. I'm glad you're here. Brother, because we do this first segment, and it is called the Daily Degen, if you guys don't know. But the project or the token that I picked today was actually for Retro Mike Tech. So let's go ahead and get this party started, and we'll roll with it. Army Piper, I'm yelling at you. There you go, man. I'll give you a shout out too. It just might be your channel, but there you go. Shout out to Army Piper. All right. All right, here we go. Over to our first segment. It is going to be the Daily Degen. All right, so the Daily Degen, just for you guys that are new here and don't know how we do this, very minimal TA. All right, we're not really breaking this thing down. We're not deep diving. We're looking at this very, we'll say 5,000 foot view, maybe 20,000 foot view, whatever you want to say. But looking at the kind of just overall like trend here, and then we're gonna make a play. We go 50x, we go large, so we get liquidated sometimes. That happens live on the show. But you guys have actually won more than you have lost. You are very much in the positive by a percentage based. We'll say I think it's about 100% or so. You guys are in the positive, so you guys are crushing it. But it is going to be poll today. All right, so formerly known as Matic. I guess it's Polygon now, but poll is the new identifier here. So that's what we're going to roll with. That is in honor of Retro Mike Tech. We love him. He's fam. Let's go ahead and get this party started. So looking at poll on the hourly, you can see an uptrend, all right? But the thing is, when you're looking at the uptrend here, it does look like it's broken out a little bit, all right? So it almost looks like kind of broken down, all right? So that was the trend, but really, you could argue if you go to a higher time frame that we still have higher highs there. But on a shorter time frame, when we're looking for a scalp trade, it looks like it's broken down. But then if you go even smaller, right? We got trends within trends, and that's the stuff we always got to worry about is the trends within trends. If we go to 15 minutes, now we have a smaller trend that we've broken out of, and we made a move up, right? So looking at that, go ahead and draw a quick little line there. Boom, that's kind of your breakout. And then you're fighting right now. It seems like every time we look at these, we're getting into an area of resistance, right? So that is something that I did kind of pre-show. I'm just looking at it. I'm like, all right, where was support? Where was resistance? This one is the clearest one. At about 66 cents or so was the clearest one we got to look at. And then right here at about 63 cents, we'll say we do have another area of what was resistance, all right? Broke through, came down, and you did see a retest of that area where it found support before ultimate breakdown. So that lets me know that's a good area of price action. Now it's a matter of where do you guys think it's going to go from here? Do you think it's going to go up, or do you think it's going to go down? Looking at a couple things, you see the RSI trending down right here and price action going up. That would be bearish divergence on the 15-minute. And then you see the MACD has an opportunity to potentially cross to the upside. Going down to the 5-minute, you can see it is really struggling getting over that area of 63 cents. Constantly testing it as resistance. Let's go ahead and make the MACD. You can see a trend down and right as well. So there's what you got to work with. All right, not much by design. You do have VWAP here underneath of you on the 5-minute. That's usually a good thing for scalping. Let's see where it's at for 15-minute, also underneath of you. So there you go. That is what you got. Rich, I'm gonna give you a little opportunity here to have a little input. Let's see what you're feeling. What is your gut telling you right now. And this is okay. Don't worry too much about it. We're not gonna hold you to it because this is a Degen segment. You gotta understand. We go in and we just wing it here for the most part. But if you were looking at this, kind of what's your gut telling you?
Okay, so my gut is telling me this. Okay, so first of all, I didn't know I was a degen. I thought I was a regular trader, and then obviously I'm a degen. I didn't know that, but because volatility is my friend, and so here's what I'm looking at. So yes, it looks like we're a bit overextended on the short time frame today. And I'll share my screen with you in just a second. So it looks like, so if you want to look back up, it's hard to see your screen.
Oh, is it? Sorry about that.
No, it's only because I'm looking at through the I guess the shared view for this segment. But it looks like we could come up and retest and then maybe get rejected or get accepted, because you see that crown top to the left. And so I acknowledge that. That's what it looks like. But I want to show you something. So let me go to share screen. And essentially what I am looking at here is this. So this is Bitcoin. So normally I trade Solana because it has super volatility, and like I said, volatility is my friend. So yeah, it does look a little bit overextended in that whenever price action goes above this orange line, which is my 200-day moving average, and this green line is my 21, and the red line is the 50. Whenever you have a price action fail the 200-day moving average, or excuse me, failed the 21-day moving average here, it could get rejected and come back off and retest this 200-day moving average. Now it's not going to come back off right here at 219. I have a support level at 221, because by the time 221, by the time the 200-day moving average comes up, starts to move up, and we have price action comes down, this is my bearish case scenario at around 221 that you can pick it up. But at the same time, you have to look at this. Whenever price action starts to surf on the let's say this price, this current candle pops on top of this confluential area, and I consider this confluence because you have the 21 meeting the 50. Something's going to happen here. Either we're going to dump, or either we're going to pump and get accepted. So currently, you have price action gravitating towards the 21-day moving average. That's kind of how I see things. And so why do I say this in correlation to what you were saying? Why am I jumping to Solana when you're talking about Pole, aka a former Matic, which, by the way, I had no idea that they switched it, because I traded some Matic last cycle, but it just kind of didn't feel right, and so I got out of it. And so now let's look up here at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's doing the same thing. Now the moving averages are slightly different because they have different supplies, market caps or whatnot, but you can still see where price action wants to react. So if we do go bearish, we go down to the 200-day moving average is down here, and then we have a support level at around 99K. So that's our bearish move. But here's what I'm looking at. Here's specifically what I'm trying to get at. Bitcoin, for example, let's say I trade Solana, XRP, AVAX. I've been cross-correlating these assets the past couple of days, and everything's following Bitcoin. So let's say Bitcoin dips and then goes up. We have Solana dips and then goes up. Okay. We have XRP dips and goes up. I haven't even checked AVAX yet. Okay, that looks like it's a different story. Sui's a different story. That's a completely different bag. But to go back to your point with this dip in Pole, that dip in Pole, if it's correlated with Bitcoin, because looking at it kind of looks like it does. If Bitcoin rips, it's going to rip. So I'll give you the bullish and bearish case scenario. The bearish case scenario at 100K, if it's at 100K, if we breach 100K, we're going to dip. And then, but if we hold currently right here at this 100,000 zone, then that's what I think Pole will hold at as well. It's an absolute correlative asset currently right now. Not permanently, but everything seems to be correlating with Bitcoin at the moment.
Right on. So you think it might have an opportunity to hold? Let's go ahead and look at what the audience is voting on right now. So right now it looks like we have 67%. So we put a poll up. I don't know if you saw it. Rich. So 67% right now are voting for long. Let me see how many of you actually voted. So 33 votes. That's I think that's good enough for government work there. And so listening to you, it seems like there could be an opportunity that holds. We are over, and it's always a range, so it's kind of tough to say. But it looks like we're trying to break over this this little area of support here. Or it was resistant, but now it looks like we're trying to stay over top of it. So I think there's an opportunity here. You guys want to go long. We are men of the people, we'll say. Not I am a man of the people. We are men of the people, and you guys have voted to go long. Let's go ahead, put that in, and hope for the best. We'll check on it as we go along the show. You guys know that sometimes I'll close these out if we do get into significant profit on these trades. So here we go. Think that
and just by the way, I'm in a 100x long leverage position with Solana.
Yeah, you are a Degen officially.
Yeah, and so I'm sitting here looking at it right now, and so I just want to say if I'm in profit, I'm going to rudely just interrupt by showing the phone real quick, and then make the trade, and then just shut up and not say anything.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good. I didn't want you to blow your load early either, because we still have a TA segment that's coming up. So you were getting down into it. All right, good. All right, Rich can go for days. I like it. All right, let's go ahead and get over to our first bit of news here, and that is going to be pudgy penguins. We talked about NFTs yesterday, and one of the questions that I asked, I was like, hey, are NFTs potentially going to make a comeback here? We're in the bull market, in the midst of Bitcoin going over 100K. If you guys remember back last time, they went crazy, right? Like, very overpriced. Now, the thing with pudgy penguins is they're making some pretty good deals. One of the things that just happened for them is they got into like Walmart and a couple of the big retail, the box stores, essentially, and they have the pudgy penguins. Like, they're selling these things as little plushies, I think. So, that's big news for them. Should they inflate to the point that they are now worth more than a Bitcoin? I don't know about that, all right? But that's where they're at. So I figured that was worth talking about today. Pudgy penguins right now, some of them are actually selling for more than a Bitcoin, which is wild to think about. These little crazy penguins. And not too long ago, these things were a lot more reasonably priced. I'd say about 6 months ago. I did take a look at them. It's kind of crazy how much they have popped in value. But it's kind of crazy to think about, man. These little pictures, man. It's wild. It's wild. But I think I don't know if they do the same thing as the apes, where like you get the rights to it. So then like they have to then compensate you for using your ape in like commercials and videos and movies and all that stuff. I'm imagining that these pudgy penguins probably do something similar to that. And that would make a lot more sense in driving up the value of a pudgy penguin. But I'm not super smart on that. I'm not an NFT dude. Andrea, oh my God, I have like 10 pudgy penguins plus. Well, there you go. You're driving up the price, Andrea. Keep it down for everybody. All right, let's go over to the Kabisi letter here. And Elon Musk is officially the first person in history to cross the $400 billion net worth. That is wild to think about. So since November 5th, Elon Musk's net worth is up a whopping 66%. Musk has made $4 billion per day since election day. Let it sink in. We're not doing something right in life, my friends. We are not. $4 billion per day since election day. I've made mistakes. So that being said, let's go over to the trio cam. Let's talk this out. One, do you guys think that NFTs might start making a comeback here, kind of in correlation with this big movement with the crypto market as a whole? And then we don't really have to talk about Elon. That's just insanity. Let's talk about the NFTs here. So FD, haven't heard much from you, man. What's your thought here?
I
don't. He's like, I don't care.
I don't think they're gonna. No, I got like a whole bunch of NFTs. Man.
Do you?
Yeah, a whole lot.
Okay.
Man.
All right.
Like, they're probably worth like 8 cents combined right now, but but I still got them.
I love this guy.
But I correlate NFTs like what Pudgy Penguins is doing. This is kind of going into the real world asset sector as well. Like NFTs and real world assets can be like, I don't know. I'm still trying to find a way that, I mean, I know how real assets work, and you can put like different things on the blockchain and have the physical item as well. That's basically like what some NFTs have been doing. Like Pudgy Penguins, they have like the actual not the hard copy, but the actual physical copy, and then you can actually own like the NFT. I don't know how they do the splits and stuff, right now, but I think it's still actually going on. It's just not JPEGs. It's just named something else, and it is more to it when it comes to real world
there is.
assets like that. But it's still like the cousin of a real world asset. NFTs are like the redheaded stepchild of the of real world assets. So I don't know if they're gonna come back. Hopefully, my 8 cent will grow it to at least $1. But I'm just gonna hold it, and then if they do start to come back, we'll see. But I think NFTs are not dead. Like NFTs is not just pictures. Like it could be anything. Like I think music, you start putting like documents on the blockchain as NFTs. Like it's a lot of things that you can do with NFT technology. People think of NFTs and just automatically think of JPEGs. It's way bigger than that. So I think the technology is going to come back. The pictures, I don't know. Like we do have some outliers, but as a whole, I don't think so.
Right on, right on. Rich, what do you think, man?
Okay, so first of all, FD White is
Uh-oh.
absolutely right. Oh, am I cut out?
Your audio it's just robotic. I don't know if it just needs
Oh no! Am I good now?
Try to mute yourself and unmute yourself. See if that works.
Testing.
Nah.
Oh man, that sucks.
Any way to like unplug and plug back in?
Yep.
All right.
Maybe
Cool.
hang up and get back in.
Okay.
Yeah, try that. He can hang up and come back in. Will it mess up anything?
I don't know. I was saying like physically. I used to just unplug and plug back in, and that would fix mine. Because I used to have that issue with another one. But it looks like he's coming back. Let's see. And Rich.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's still doing it. I used to be able to like unplug, like physically unplug and plug it back in, and that used to fix mine. That's actually why I switched microphones, is because I was having that issue.
Oh, you mean physically plug the microphone?
Yeah. I don't know. It used to work for me. That's crazy. I can hear like the noise, like everything. That's wild. All right. Cool. Let me see. Are you back? Now it's just cricket. You might have to restart if you have Wavelink or any software. There you are. Hold up. I think I got you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
There you go.
perfect. We're back.
Let's go. They were trying. See, that's the problem. The government's trying to censor all of my positive stuff about crypto. AKA hashtag Roger Ver. We can get into that situation as well because FD White. First of all, I completely agree with him what he said earlier, and that as far as NFT goes, it kind of sounded like FD was like, man, they kind of got away from utility. And the truth is this: if we don't get back to utility with NFTs are dead, because with just a JPEG, it's not going to survive. But there is an actual physical use case for NFTs, like FD White said. Even me and my so I do IT. I build servers, I build server racks, and I do all that. I do all that stuff. And a buddy of mine called me earlier today and was like, "Hey man, I want to start a company. I want to make business cards out of like drill bits or something. So technicians can remember you, and then they'll hit you up for more work." And so I was like, he was like, "Hey, we should be able to scan it and somehow it'll give you like details about it." I was like, "Dude, let's make it as NFTs on the blockchain." And he was like, "Whatever you said." And so essentially there is going to. So here's the thing. Currently, right now, in my opinion, is NFTs. If they blow up, it's not real money. I personally have been into NFTs. I understand the drawdowns. I understand the pumps. I understand everything about them. The only way that NFTs be successful in the future, which I think it will be, is that if they have a real physical utility to them. For example, like you want to make a you want to have your ID, your ID on the blockchain, or you want to have like some verification on the blockchain. It's like anonymous yet pseudo anonymous, kind of like a hybrid between the both. There's a lot of physical reasons why you need the blockchain and NFTs in order to represent, for example, like gold. You need a gold NFT.
I love gold.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Gotta do
So just straight up, like I love gold. Dude, I fucking
Hey,
I
welcome
love that
to the
movie.
show, bro. It's part of it. You're gonna have to roll with it. Sorry.
No, but straight up. So straight up, if people aren't going to like this, what I'm about to say. Currently, right now, NFTs have no use case utility unless companies come up and start making it so. So if you are involved in a project that is all about cosmetics, I mean, right now, you have to understand something. The last cycle, the reason why NFTs popped off, in my opinion, is that there was no other outlet for money to go and people wanted to invest into something. Right now, the game has changed. Right now, last cycle, people were playing checkers. Right now, we're playing chess. And it's very important to understand this because we have legacy coming into this. We have BlackRock. We have the U.S. government, which I can get into, which has been eyeing us for like over a decade, and we can get into those conspiracies. We have Michael Saylor, we have Van Eck, we have like Amazon. We have all these people who see the light, and people aren't taking advantage of it, and I don't think people are taking it serious enough.
Bro, you gotta see the chat right now. One, your voice is back. They are calling you RFK right now.
Wait a second now.
That's what you sound like.
$1 million. Like, hey, I'm a comedian, so sorry, dude. I can do a Trump impression. Don't tempt me right now, bro.
Yeah, but that is actually, you don't actually have to do the impression. That is kind of what you sound like now. So I don't know what's going on, man. Like your microphone is just like in and out for some reason. But here nor there, I love the chat. You guys are hilarious. Wow.
I love those guys, man. They're hilarious. It's awesome.
All right, fair enough. Let's see. I don't know if you can do the plug thing again, and I'll start hitting up our next segment. That is going to be our fourth member of this show. If you guys know, it's going to be Mr. Elmer Fudd. All right, as you guys know, the Kabisi letter, that's our daily spot for the FUD. It never lets me down. The November CPI inflation was 2.7%, so that was actually as expected. No big surprise there. But what they did point out is some of the basic necessities that you guys use. And I would argue that some of these aren't basic necessities, but some of them are. About 50-50 shot here. But car insurance inflation, yeah, that's something most of us use. That's up 12.7%. Transportation inflation, that's up 7.1%. Car repair inflation is up 5.7%. Homeowner inflation, that's a biggie. 4.9%. Rent inflation, another biggie. 4.4%. Hospital services inflation, I'll take that. 3.8%. Food away from home, I wouldn't really say that is something we should look at, but electricity is the last one, right? That's up 3.1%. So it's one of the arguments that I always try to make when I'm talking about inflation. It's like, they're like, yeah, inflation's going down. I'm like, I don't see it. Like, with what I'm buying in my life and my bills, and, when I add it all up at the end of the month, I'm spending more money. And that's the way I see it. That's the way I perceive inflation for me personally, okay? So I don't know that it's necessarily coming down. I do understand that, like, it continues to increase. I got it. And then people are like, you're talking about deflation. I'm like, yeah, I might be, but damn, I don't want my cereal to cost $10 either. So... like that, it's a thing, right? I don't want gas to cost $5, even though, I have a Tesla now. So I'm moving up in the world. But that being said, like, it's the things that you guys really use, car insurance, home insurance, those things, like, that's really important. Those are big parts of your life, and you have to pay those on a monthly basis. So again, it's things for you to keep an eye out on. Sometimes I don't know that they're necessarily being completely forthcoming and honest with these inflation numbers, because you guys do see revisions and things of that nature with a lot of the numbers that have an effect on inflation itself too. And the other thing that they don't really, project to you is when you're talking about the GDP and they're talking about, oh, well, that's looking good. We're not in a recession. Yeah, you're probably not, because you've inflated the government spending, right? You're spending more as a government, and that actually inflates the GDP number. So again, the metrics are kind of skewed, and they have actually removed some of the major metrics, or the things that we use the most, out of core inflation. So things for you to take note of. But again, at least it was what they were saying it was going to be, or expecting it to be. But I would say we still got a long ways to go. And that's just my 2 cents, we'll say. All right, cool. Someone said, I'm just waiting for Richard to speak. I don't hear any fuzz right now, so my guess is he's okay. But let's hear it. Let's go for the test, Rich. This is the moment.
Jesus is king.
Oh, no. Oh, it's back. All right, we're gonna roll with it. It is what it is. We will now have. Let me change his name real quick. Richard, I'm sorry, I have to do this. Don't get mad at me. Because I know.
No, the Irish chink. Come on.
No. I got better.
Bitcoin is going up really high.
All right, we're rolling with it, man. Here we go.
Richard effing whatever.
Yeah. Crank. It's Christmas time. All right, we'll go with crank. All right, so here we go. Get into the market update. We have the total market cap that is sitting at 3.62 trillion. That is up 5.18%. 24-hour trading volume is at 223 billion, which makes for a 30.89% decrease. Bitcoin dominance is at 55.52%. That's a decrease of 0.17. Fear and greed index is sitting at 73. That is in greed. You can see that we are starting to slide back on the fear and greed index. Let's go over the crypto bubbles and see. It is a sea of green. I love to see it. That is looking good here. Let's see some of your big movers. You got Beam up 18%, Gala up 19%, Virtual up 20%. Hey, Virtual. There you go. You guys were calling that one yesterday. Andrea, Redman. Here we go. I got real claps for you. There you go. Sui's up 27%, Sands up 15%. I mean, a lot of this stuff is up over 10%. It's hard to find something that's down. XDC, don't even know what it is. Don't really care. Leo token. Anybody care? Probably not. All right. So most things are in the green, looking good. We can go down. Let's see if we have any movers here in the top 15. Nope, just Sui coming up into number 16. So everything else is kind of status quo in terms of moving and shaking there. But it's a green day. It's a good day. So that is good to know. Let's go over to liquidation heat map. Let me update this because we have been sitting for a while, chit-chatting. So let's get the most up-to-date liquidation heat map for you guys. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and give a shout out to my man, Alex O Crypto. He said, please say Danger Will Robinson. I think that's over to you, Rich. Let's hear it.
Danger Will Robinson.
Oh man, your voice is back. So now you're gonna have to go comedian mode. You're gonna have to.
Let's go with the best of all time. So, oh, bro, I go all day long. No, but seriously, I just wanted to comment on the crypto or the inflation situation. So first of all, let's address this. Okay, so the Fed is full of crap. It's full of SHI. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we got it.
Right?
We got it.
Okay. So here's why they use metrics that are lagging indicators in which they think are leading indicators. Let me give you an example. So let's say they want to come out with CPI, or they want to tell you about inflation or this and that or whatever. They use metrics such as this. It's so retarded that okay. So imagine using a jobs number, right, for a leading indicator. That's ridiculous. So let's say you're the owner of a company, and you want to use like let's say people getting fired or hired as an indicator, or even people getting wage raises. That's even worse. That's an even more lagging indicator. So let's say that the government comes out and like, we see raises coming up. That's like 6 months to a year behind, because so first of all, if or go down. So let's say a company gets hit hard through inflation. Prices go up. Customers can no longer afford to go to the grocery store, and then profits come down. But however, we see these positive metrics where it looks like it's doing good when it's actually not. And the reason why I said this earlier with job numbers, let's say this happens. Let's say your spice spikes up in the store, and I'm having to pay for it. How in the heck can a business owner pay their employees less or more money? It's based on the profit they get. So let's say it's kind of like this. The example of the Fed. The Fed over a year ago said that inflation was transitory, and then they changed the definition of it. And they were saying it didn't happen yet when we saw it at the grocery store. Meanwhile, people were losing money and their wages were being lowered. But then they came out with the numbers of the lowering wages and the jobs like it was a leading indicator, which put them 6 months to a year behind. Dude, me and you as traders, if we start seeing these signs, who in the heck holds it? Like what the heck? So it's an absolute BS scam. That I wouldn't call it a scam. I would call it malfeasance at best, because if you are in charge of an entire country and you're trying to protect their assets, and you're 6 months to a year late to the party, you have not done your job at all. And they still have not even said that. They're saying inflation is done, and it isn't, because you've been to the grocery store. I've been into the grocery store. I have a wife and I have 3 children. Between us 5, dude, it costs a lot. Inflation has not gone down. But I will address this. Inflation will go down because there's a lot of confidence in the market, and I don't want to get too political here, but a certain political figure just got elected. It was like a giant middle finger to the establishment, saying "F you, Jerome Powell." F you, not just Jerome Powell. What's his name? Gary Gensler. F you, Senator Warren. We're about to be backed because I remember when I first got into stocks that I found out that gold was banned because of the war. And then I was like, what? Because there was like 10 or 20 years missing from the chart. And I was like, oh, well, what if I invested into gold? And then what if something bad happened? But previous to that, when they made the gold the reserve asset, there was like a 5 or 7 year rally. And that could be what's going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, if we get a strategic reserve for the United States, I feel like inflation will be a thing of the past. Malay from, is it Argentina or one of these countries? Maybe I'm getting the country wrong. I can't remember. But they were like one of the most in debt countries. They literally just wiped it all out. And I think that's what we're about to do here as well.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I definitely hope so. It's been absolutely crazy. The amount of debt is insane. They did actually cut that down a little bit. I won't say cut down. I will say they reduced some of the spending a little bit. So I think that's because people are now finally starting to take a real look at it. They know that this DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, is now going to really like come by and start looking at the books. And I think it's needed. I really think it got out of control. We got past the point of like, what's best for us, and we lost the sight of like, okay, let's have a little efficiency here. Like we've gone way off track, and like we've enabled a lot of these. It's weird because it's like businesses within the government, right? It's businesses like inside of the government, and it's a really weird concept, but I think it's just it's gotten out of control, and that's really the gist of it. And I think it is time for somebody to kind of go by and kind of scrub it and trim the fat, is what I like to say. So
yes, bureaucracy. I didn't understand that when I was younger, but bureaucracy is like that. I think that's the problem. When we vote for somebody, we want them to do what we want, but then you have all these unelected officials that are like, no, nah. And so that's pretty much like trimming the fat. To me, that's kind of like the difference between like, oh, I have money in a bank, so my money is safe. But no, because it's centralized, it's not necessarily safe. You have to take control of your own destiny, and that's why I love Bitcoin.
Right on. I dig it. All right, let's get back to the liquidation heat map. We'll do a little bit of TA for you guys. We got about 12, 15 minutes or so, and then we are going to bounce for the evening. But let's go over here. Here we go. Here we go. Let me bring this up for you guys. Trio cam. Bam. Got it. All right. So looking at liquidity right now, it is kind of dark on the 3-day in terms of where price action is, but you do see the trend is clearly up and right. There is some liquidity here, right around 102,000, right? 101,950 to be a little more specific, but that's kind of the start of your liquidity, but it's not real hot. All right, it's not like you're looking at this right here where you're like, this is screaming to get taken out because you have price action that's moving, it's trending towards it. Then you can say, you know, when you're down here in this area, you're like, yo, this right here's got to go. Sure enough, it got cleared out, and you can just see there's liquidity all the way up through here. So it's not surprising to see that price action continued its move all the way up, and now you can see it's starting to calm down a little bit, right? When those leverage positions continue to get wrecked, it gets a little bit weaker and it becomes less reason to chase it with the price action. So that is why we do like to look at this here on the chart. But as of right now, it is opening the door potentially for maybe a little bit of a cool down here in the near term. All right, it was a pretty nice move today for Bitcoin. We went from, I think, about 95, 96,000 all the way up to over 100. So again, you know, that's liquidity. Liquidity will drive the price action. So keep an eye on that at all times. All right, looking at Bitcoin here, we are on the 4-hour chart. Now, there's a couple areas that we did look at yesterday, one of them being down here. This is the trend line that I was talking about. We found some support there. The dynamic reactor has been absolute fire on the 4-hour. You can see that it's been acting as support pretty much throughout this move. All right, and that goes kind of way back, but you know, we found support there, and that's kind of what we were looking for here. Now, in a short move, we'll say, in a shorter time frame, you know, I probably would have looked for this area in terms of the point of control, right? That's where I would have looked for a little bit of resistance. You had this trend line coming down, you know, there was a little bit of confluence there. And, you know, that's kind of where I would have looked for a little bit of price action, a squeeze. But the one thing I did talk about was that squeeze, right? Like, we got to make a move here because you have the trend line coming down and this trend line here, and the green one that's going up and right. We were basically squeezing. It had to make a move. It had to break out. We got the breakout. It was to the upside. Now, what could have been a lead indicator for that? Well, when you came down for this retest, when you found support, look at the RSI or the prime oscillator, right? The prime oscillator, I pointed this out to you, was starting to push up and right. So as you're building strength with this second retest of this area of support, not super surprising to see a move up and right and the actual breakout happen. So now what do we have to do? Well, we have to come back down and retest that area. We don't have to, but what you like to see is to come back down and now retest this area, which was resistance. You want to see it retest as support for that continuation up and right. So you want to see the RSI continue to move up and right. You want to see price action continue to move up and right. But then, you know, we'll start talking about these higher levels. Now, we turn this, the 382, the 103,000 mark, we turn that into a horizontal level. Okay, so you would just extend this out. All right, that's now a horizontal level of resistance that you can mark on the chart. But what you don't want to see is that it comes back up and retests this area and you get the RSI kind of bending over, right? So it looks a little weaker going into this move than this one previously. That could be a little indication that, you know, we don't have as much strength going into that move, which means we could ultimately be opened up for a rejection. So let me go to the daily real quick, look at that. I want to take a quick look there. And I just want to see the prime oscillator, to be honest with you. So that is starting to bend back up, but you can still see the overall trend of the oscillators down and right as price action's going up, right? So that kind of leads you into some bearish divergence. You're seeing multiple hits of bearish divergence. Again, maybe potentially, I'll say potentially another indicator that we could see a little bit of a cool off, and maybe we establish a range. That is very much in play. But again, the big thing is we have this trend, all right? The trend's going up. The trend is your friend till the end. You know, I'm a big fan of that. And that's what we're going to follow. So till we break this trend line and we start making moves to the bottom side of that, not going to really be calling for this area. But as we've said before, you know, get ahead of it because you never know, right? So there's no harm in putting some alerts right here to let you know that price action is starting to come down, or it could come down a wick pretty hard, and just having a limit order sit there. But again, you want to protect yourself using a stop loss. But again, this area, I do think if it does pull back, you will get some sort of price action, usually a bounce. It may not be a big bounce, but it could be enough to get you a quick little scalp trade in there. and that's really at about 92K. All right, so that's what I'm looking at, for the downside. But again, that here's the case: you got a lot of support underneath of you. That's the case for continuation in terms of the move that we have right now. The trend is clearly up and right. And that's, again, I think we'll continue that until we break down from this trend line here. So no big surprises to see it come down, move up, retest the area right here. I think there's going to be a horizontal level of resistance. So again, I don't see this being, out of the realm of possible at all. And then what are we doing? You have a horizontal level of resistance. You have a trend line that's going up and right, building pressure. It's the same thing that we talked about before when we had the breakout. All right, we were saying, hey, ascending triangle going into the move. There's a good opportunity for that break to the upside. Okay, so then we start talking about another area above that. We'll save that for another day because we're talking short term here. But that's what I'm looking at. You do have support. You do have a trend. Pressure's building on the upside until we see something different. I'm not going to call anything different. And if it does break down, 91, or so is a logical area for Bitcoin to go to. All right, cool. That's a quick look at Bitcoin. I'm going to go ahead. I'll pass it over to FD. Then we'll go to RFK, and we'll do a quick round robin here. I know somebody, I want to say they asked for Moonwell. So I'll try to clean that up on the second go round here, and we'll go from there. FD, over to you.
Really quick so we can get Richard's perspective. I've just got my chart up. Are you sharing my screen?
Got you.
There we go. So I'm really just looking for this channel, just simple TA right now. I'm not gonna get too intricate into my other. Let me see, which one do I want to bring out? So we'll bring out this one first. Yesterday, when we talked about, we had got this deviation above this symmetrical triangle, fell back into it, and now we pumped back out of it. So now, I mean, we do have this downward sloping trend line that's coming in. So anything above, I'll say 97K, I'm pretty content with thus far. And then if we just go on this one, this channel that I kind of don't like the way this channel is forming, coming in back from the beginning of November. Well, right a week after the election, so around November 12th, we just been forming this uptrend. So I mean, technically, I mean the next price area that we would be looking for is somewhere around 105, 106. But I did have like a price point of like 107. I think that was my price point that I thought we were going to get a massive correction, but we didn't get up there. So I am still expecting us to, potentially come back up to that 106 area. We do have this line coming in the middle of this area coming in at about 98 to 99K. So all that is just coming in confluence with other support resistance levels that we looked at, over and over again in the past. And what I'm really keeping my eye on, where's my drawing tool, is this. We have all of this on the volume profiles right here. So anything within this level from, I'd say, about 87 and above, I think we're good. We lose that, we just have all this space right here. So this is what I don't want to, I really don't want to lose around this 90K area. So we did come down to this 91,238, but we held, came back. So that was just a little small wick that came. Well, it wasn't a small wick, it was a huge wick. And then we bounced back up to this upper sloping trend line that we talked about yesterday. But I really just want to hold this. This is really what all this is cool and fine and dandy. I don't want to lose this because I think this will be a quick move down to the CME gap that we talked about around 76, 77K. And this is really my line in the sand for me to be bullish. I don't think we're going to, I don't think we're going to a bear market or anything. And I don't even want to talk about these lower prices, but I am keeping them on my radar. I am very bullish going into January, February, March. I've been talking about my thesis for the past probably 5 months or so, talking about how I think, I'm going to start taking heavy profits at the end of Q1. But right now, Bitcoin is looking pretty good, man. Even if we come back down or even if we go up, I just love being in this little range. It's getting a little messy, but I just love to be in this right now. Even if we, just continue up or come down a little bit. But I feel like as long as we're in this continued range, I think we'll be fine. And even if we get a little bit of a drawdown, that's fine too. I really just don't want to, start losing, like I said, that 88 to 90K, and then we're going to have like I'd probably say a quick 10K move down to that CME gap. But that's, we're above 100K. The market looks strong. We had a nice bounce back like we talked about yesterday. We said be looking out for a nice strong bounce. And we got that nice strong bounce, and the market looks strong back above 100K. So, I mean, it's not too much that we can be upset about.
Right on, man. I appreciate it. All right. Richard, aka RFK, aka the Asian Chink. It's over to you, bro. Let's go.
Okay, so right now we have. I'm just playing. No, seriously though, let me switch my screen.
Do new screen.
Yeah. So here's what I'm looking at. Okay. So first of all, several different things. Right now, this is like an indecision move. People are like, "Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down?" As an experienced trader, are like, "What the heck is going to happen?" So here's a few things that I see. So currently, right here, this is the 15-minute chart. So in the short time frame, whenever you see the 21-day moving average in price action and the 200-day moving average, start to gap apart like this, they want to come and meet together. So I have confluence around 99K, right? So let's say that's the down move for this first thesis. The first thesis is this. So let's look at RSI. This right here is God mode for RSI. Now it could fail. It absolutely can fail. What you have is you have RSI, which is the blue line. You have stochastics, which is the orange line. You have a low, a higher low, then a higher low. A low, a lower low, and then a higher low. Okay, let's take that into perspective. Then you have price action here, which is retarded. Starting from right here, you have a low to a higher low to a higher low. What does that mean? Let's draw this out. You already know the answer, bro. You already know the answer. So even though this didn't touch the line, it still is technically considered a higher low. So when you have a low and a higher low and a higher low, and then you have on stochastics RSI, a low, a lower low, and a lower low, what does that mean? That means it is technically hidden. Let me reverse this. I don't want to lose my level here. Okay. This is bullish. This is not bullish divergence. Excuse me. It's hidden bullish divergence. So on the short time frame, on the 15-minute, because here's my thing. When I saw this washout that happened, let's go back and kind of put this into perspective. I think
hey, Rich, your mic is doing that thing again.
Oh man, not again.
Yeah.
Oh, give me 1 second. Hang on.
I think it might be a cable.
Am I back?
Oh, beautiful. Here we go. Let's go.
Dude, your trick worked perfectly. Okay, so this is hidden bullish divergence. This is the part where so earlier today I was like, oh, this has to be a fake out because so let's go to a higher time frame. Let's go to maybe the 4 hour. Okay, so it looked like we were done earlier yesterday. It looked like this was going to fail right down here, and then we were going to come off and retest this 200-day moving average, but we preceded it, and we didn't dip below, and we held price action. Look at this right here for Bitcoin. So currently, even though it looked like we were going to go to hell yesterday, we held. I mean, we held beautifully. In fact, I want to make a note of this. If you realize the fact that Bitcoin held its price action, it didn't go to 92, it didn't go to 94, it held like 96, 97-ish, while everything else was failing. It kind of seemed like, well, where's this money being repositioned to? And then you saw this rally today. It almost seems like it's inevitable that we may get a Santa rally. So here's what I want to say. I want to say just a couple of things. So first of all, BTC held while alts dumped. This week was a washout. That's what it looked like. If it's a washout and we hold this price above this 100K zone, even 99K with Bitcoin, I feel like we can judge the entirety of the rest of the market because we saw ETH go up and we're like, oh yeah, ETH went up. Altcoins are about to pop off. It seems that altcoins are being manipulated right now because legacy is involved. And I predicted this in the past. What if it happened? I'm starting to notice it now. So let's say after this washout, we shouldn't have had this green candle today. It should have been a continuation to the downside. That's why I'm into the Santa rally. I'm going to personally sell, or at least look at least by between the 24th and 26th of this month, whether I'm going to start DCAing out of my positions into Q1, into Q2. with expectation of a blow off top for the entire crypto asset in Q3 of Q4 of next year. So I think there's going to be a dip. And I remember this specifically. I remember last time when Ethereum had its almost 2-week straight up. So Ethereum last cycle had a straight up 2-week. It was almost 2 weeks. It was like, I can't remember if it was 12 or 14 days, but I remember looking at my account. I bought Ethereum at like $300 and it went up like it went wild. It was ridiculous. And so I remember that. But before that happened, I remember when that happened. I remember that the price dipped down. It was like a double top. It was like that was the first top. It went down to retrace for the accumulation for the next trace for its blow off top on the next side. And I think that into Q1 of this year, that could be our first actual major dip. It's not bearish to me. That's actually healthy because if we went up into a straight line, you lose everything. So that's kind of what I've been thinking.
Right on, right on. I mean, it makes sense, man. Santa Rally, it's a thing. There's a reason that name has come out there because you have seen it a couple times. Now, the other thing to take note of is that when we have green, let's say October, November's, we need September as well. So September, October, if those 2 months are green, then historically November, December should be green as well. So that's something to kind of add, like it's a little bit of, adding a little confluence there.
And it's a presidential year. Presidential years tend to be bullish. That's why I was very bullish this year. I asked ChatGPT and I even cross-referenced it with Grok, and it confirmed that presidential years tend to be bullish like 80+% of the times.
I mean, that makes sense. And then with that, right, I don't know if you were down at Bitcoin 2024, but Trump was very open about his, pro Bitcoin stance, and everyone knows that. So the minute he got in, the night that people knew he was getting elected, we've never looked back. All right. So, I mean, it's a thing. Cool. Let's see. Where were we? Is it me? Am I up here on the Price is Right? I think I am.
What about our Daily Degen?
I got you. The Daily Degen. We were getting smacked. We were up about 15%. Then we were down about 40-some%. And I was like, oh, this is going to get liquidated. Here we go. And now we're back in the positive. 50x is crazy, crazy. I'll leave it up to you guys. I mean, we're past our time for the most part here. I mean, I don't mind going a little long. But I guess we'll close it out. It's a win. A win is a win. Of course, now it's like dumping right before I say that. And this is like that old thing of like, oh, should I just wait a second? And then it just goes and goes and goes.
Exactly.
So it looks like it's recovering. It's trying. It's trying hard. Let's go to the 5-minute real quick here. Get a better look.
Bro, my rule is if you're in green, take it. Why
there it
not?
is, 5.88%.
Somewhere.
It's happening. It's happening. 7.8. Let's go to the order history here. And final is 6.33%. Good job. We're winners again, baby.
Yeah.
We're winners again. Let's go. That's crazy. I mean, sitting at 50x for like 45 minutes, like with no logical TA, like it's unbelievable. Like we'll go back. Look at some of this. Like when I go through the order history, that's a win. That's a win. That's a big loss, but it was only $5. That's a win. Win. I guess there's no more history. There's been a couple nice winners in here too. Like, but consistently we have won, and I think part of it is I'll kind of check it throughout the show, and I'll be like, oh, that's a nice bit of profit, and I'll just take it. Like I don't even like think twice about it. I don't even like look at the chart. I look at the profit, and I'm like, oh, 26%, good enough for government work. Click, take it. We're out of here. And it seems to work out pretty well actually. Really takes the emotion out of it because I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just like, oh, profit, click, do it. Cool. All right. That being said, I think it is about that time to go ahead and wrap this one up. We went a little bit long, but that ain't no biggie. I want to say thank you to everyone that was in the chat today. I appreciate you. It looks like you guys were having as much fun in the chat as we were on the show. So that is good. Definitely good to see. And hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed having Rich on. It was definitely a pleasure. A lot of fun. Good personality, man. So you are more than welcome to come back anytime you want, if you fix that microphone. So that being said,
I just want to say
there he is. He's back.
I love you all. But I do want to say one last thing. I love you, everybody. I'm just playing. Dude, you guys are awesome. Love you all. Bitcoin's going to the moon, bro. And you know it.
We top flight security of the world, Craig. Not just the city, the world.
The world. All right, FD, man, you got anything for the people on the way out?
Oh no, man! Just we got that bounce that we were looking for. Hopefully it lasts, and hopefully we can continue on. And tomorrow I will break down in depth why I think we're going to go. January, February, and March I think are going to be the biggest months, and then after that it's going to be a little bit rocky. So I got some data.
Okay.
And some
All right. Hell yeah, let's do it. That's cool, man. All right, that being said, we're out of here. Thank you everyone for being here. Love you long time. Trade safe, be safe, and we will see you again tomorrow. We're out of here.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yeah, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.